chili in the name of.
Hello again, welcome to Season 3, Episode 3 of Chilli in the Name of. This week I'm joined yet again by Sabarac Unique Quality Condiments. You may remember that I tested 3 of Sabarac's sauces in Season 2, Episode 4. And I've got to say, those were pretty cracking sauces. This week I'll be trying 2 production sauces from Sabarac, including fermented Chipotle Mora sauce and limited edition Lynchburgs Fire hot sauce. These are 2 new sauces that he's put onto his repertoire, and I'm really looking forward to both of those. But in addition to that, Geoff at Sabarac has been kind enough to send me 3 preview products that he will be putting out later in the year as limited editions, including fermented sweet chili sauce, a chili tomato compote, and a fermented hot chocolate sauce. Now that sounds intriguing, but given how good the sauces were last time, I'm sure these are going to be fantastic. So without any further ado, let's get on it. So I'll be sampling these sauces from mildest to hottest, which means that I will actually be starting with one of the preview sauces, fermented sweet chili sauce. The fermented sweet chili sauce is a really beautiful colour. You can see it's quite syrupy and sweet looking. It has capsicum and cayenne in it, as well as garlic. That looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Let's try it. I've never had a fermented sweet chili sauce as far as I can tell, but you can smell the fermentation in there. I think it's quite a complex smell. Pours beautifully. Yeah, that's lovely. The fermentation brings out so much in the chilies. This is, as you can see, it's quite a thick chili sauce in terms of like the consistency is sort of quite sugary. It is quite sweet, but it's not as sweet as some chili sauces I've had. Sweet chili sauces I've had. The fermentation it kind of highlights the nuances of the chilies. So what I'm tasting is mostly the chilies themselves and the capsicum. The garlic is there, but it's not really forward. But it's really nice, and it would go really well with dumplings or something like that, something Asian-y. Yeah. So next up, I'll be trying another one of the preview sauces. It's not actually a sauce; it's a compote. It comes in a little jar like that. It looks a little bit thicker. It looks like sort of like a chutney. In it, it's got cherry tomatoes, onions, vinegar. But in there, there's also some super hots. There's choc boot, yellow scorpion, red boot, and reaper, as well as some hab, mint, and coriander. Now, I'm not sure what the ratios are of the super hots in this compote, but I'll give it a crack and we'll find out. Smells vinegary. Smells oniony, yeah, and tomatoey. Don't think I can get my spoon actually in there, can I? As you can see, there's bits of onion and tomato in there. Yeah, that's fantastic. The mint and coriander actually come right to the front. The chilies sort of sit in there around the middle of the tongue. First thing you notice is the sweetness of the tomatoes and the onions. The garlic's present, but it's not overpowering. But the inclusion of these super hots in amongst all these other complex sort of tastes is really a stroke of genius. The mint just finishes it completely beautifully. This would be an amazing addition to any cheese platter, or you could have it like on a sandwich or something like that. Fantastic, love it. The third sauce I'm going to try today is fermented Chipotle Mora sauce. There it is right there. You can see it's got some smoked chilies on it. The ingredients include chipotle and a few other carriers like garlic, vinegar, and onion. It's got a nice, beautiful sort of browny sort of colour, so I'm imagining something sort of barbecue-y. So let's try it. Yeah, the smokiness of that comes right to the front. Smells it's very smoky. That's the chipotle speaking there. Beautiful, and it smells sweet too. So let's see how it is. Yeah, this was driven by smoke. The smoke is really prominent, really up the front there. There's a little bit of heat coming off that, but not a heap. A little bit more than what I've had previously. The smokiness on this is so prominent that like it's still lingering in my mouth. So what you're left with is a saltiness, a smokiness, and the heat from the chipotle. It's a beautiful fermentation there, and yeah, I'd love this all over ribs. This would be amazing on ribs, or any of those sort of smoked American meats, Texan barbecue styles, some sausages. Put it next to some sauerkraut. I don't know. It's really good. So yeah, love that one. The fourth sauce I'm trying today is the last of the previews from Geoff. It's called fermented hot chocolate sauce. As you can see, it's quite chocolatey in colour. Looks a bit like chocolate milk moving around in there. It's got chocolate habs, cocoa and cinnamon, so it's going to be very chocolatey driven, and choc habs being quite hot, so this will be quite interesting. And it's fermented, which is interesting in itself. Yeah, it smells chocolatey. There's a lot of cocoa in there. It almost smells like a stout or a it's a live one too. Check it out. Now, testament to the fact that ferments are living organisms. When I opened this up, it went very bubbly. It started coming out through the top. It smells amazing, so I better get something onto this spoon before it spills everywhere. And ferments, being live organisms, will continue to ferment unless you pasteurize them, which is an application of heat to the sauce. This one is still alive. That's quite hot. The habs are really right up there. The cocoa is really interesting. It's like cocoa and chili. I guess you sort of mix those two together in a mole, but in this case, it's the cocoa's right sort of at the back. It's quite salty. It's got a bit of sourness from the ferment in it. It tastes really good. It's a really good flavour. It's stopped bubbling now, as you can see. I think I just had to take a bit out of it to stop it from continuing to bubble. But yeah, I think the combination of the vinegar, the choc habs, the cinnamon, and the cocoa really ties it all together. It's almost like a hot version of churros, and I'd like to see how that one progresses for release later in the year. Now, the last cab off the ranks today is Lynchburgs Fire hot sauce, which is a limited edition sauce. It's got an amazing colour, as often ferments do. It looks like it's been strained out, so there's no seeds or anything left in there. Ingredients include cayenne habaneros, reapers, lemon, and Jack Daniel's oak. So that's probably where the Lynchburg comes from, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Let's give it a crack. Yeah, that smells amazing. I can smell the oak in there. And the reapers. Yeah, it smells quite hot actually. As you can see, the colour just sort of glows out the top there. Let's try it out. Oh yeah, that's really special. The lemon's really there, like right at the front. The habs, the reaper really kicks right at the back of the throat. The oak is really present. It feels it's oaky and umami, and has sort of that sort of woody sort of, yeah. It's definitely an umami sort of flavour. The fermentation in this one has just done so much for the flavour of the for the flavour of the reapers. Yeah, and I think that the lemon juice and the sea salt and the vinegar really carry that as well. Habaneros there sort of lengthen the time of the burn, and the cayenne, but the reapers are really what's making the burn prominent. This is fantastic. I really love this one. This will be in my fridge for sure. If you like Sabarac Reaper sauce that I've tested before, you'll love this one. It's like the Reaper sauce, but a little bit more complicated. A little bit more sort of umami flavors and a bit of that lemon juice in there as well. Wow. So there you have it, folks. 5 quality products from Sabarac Quality Unique Condiments. Thanks again, Geoff, for sending these down. Your contributions are always welcome to the show. You've outdone yourself with this stuff. I just love it. My pick of the bunch today is definitely going to be the Lynchburg, and I think you'll be happy to know that. It's just like a really complex but super hot sauce that that bottle will be gone by the end of the week, I reckon. The rest of the stuff's fantastic too. I really love the Chipotle as well. Really good stuff. So until next time, see you later.
Chili in the name of